First of all, I would like to welcome you, ma'am. Welcome to our university.
It's my pleasure to be here.
We are also very pleased to meet you. So, we are asking just basic questions about your work and your field and your research. So, we will start with the questions. Here we are. My first question to you, ma'am. Your journey spans engineering, computer science, and biomedical informatics. So, what key factors influenced your move from electrical communications engineering to research in computational biology?
Very happy to answer that question because it was a very interesting journey. So I did communications engineering and computer science, which also involves signal processing and information retrieval and information processing overall. So I went to Carnegie Mellon to do my PhD in speech recognition. So around that time when I joined for PhD, I did my PhD with Professor Raj Reddy. And so when I joined there, around the same time, the human genome draft was released. So Dr. Judith explained, what a genome sequence is, proteome sequences. And then the two of them came up with this idea that we should apply the algorithms that we already developed to process sequences in the natural language and apply them to the sequences in biology. So we apply the same algorithms but solve problems that are relevant to biology. For example, protein structure prediction or protein pattern mining and so on. So that's how, as a first year grad student, I started doing the computer science part of it.
So my next question for you would be, your work uses machine learning to predict and analyze protein-protein interactions in mental health and inflammation. So how do you envision these methods evolving over the next decade?
We are at a time when what I call as convergenetics. Everything is converging and, computer science is contributing to biomedicine and biomedicine is contributing to computer science. In fact, there could be a technology tomorrow where they have a biotechnology method, high throughput biotechnology method, where they will go ahead and just find protein interactions for all the proteins together. So, and also, even if such technology doesn't develop, they're already developing, but even if such authoritative method doesn't exist, there's so much data that is being produced in terms of transcriptomics at a single cell level and across different patients and different participants, human subjects and so on, that there's so much data that we will make big strides. I don't want to quantify it because it's very foolish to quantify in this day and age when everything is growing exponentially.
So my third question would be, from your field, like interdisciplinary research, you collaborate across fields such as developmental biology and psychiatry. From your experience, what elements are essential for making such interdisciplinary research successful?
Okay, so I'll make a statement about that. So I typically say that there is no multidisciplinary scientist, but there is multidisciplinary science. What I mean by that is that we are all experts in one field. There are always exceptions to anything. I mean, there will be people who are exceptionally good both in biology and computer science and maybe even a third field. But in general, I believe that we are all experts in one field, but we are learning to operate at the interface area of other fields. But when you look at it as a whole, it is multidisciplinary science, right? So for a good progress to be made between computer science and, let's say, developmental biology, you need a commitment from both sides. As a computer scientist, I need to understand what are the problems that are very relevant to developmental biology and figure out how to represent that as a computational problem and develop algorithms so that we can solve that problem. But equally important, we need a commitment from a developmental biologist who takes a lot of interest in the data that is being generated by a computer scientist and dig deeper and ask the relevant questions, because they are the people who have to ask the relevant questions, and then we respond to those questions by developing computational methods. So we need to work at the interface area, each one of us with equal commitment at the interface.
So considering SRMAP's growing focus on computational biology and bioinformatics, what areas of research do you see as most promising for collaboration between your group and our university?
SRM University, wonderful in terms of investments in the cutting edge areas, quantum computing and medical collaborations, biomedical engineering and biomedical informatics. I can't imagine which area would be the one thing that I would pick, because there are so many areas in which you are working. And yeah, so basically I think it's difficult to put it in as 1, 2, 3 items.
So, how well does our university's current infrastructure, both in computational resources and collaborative networks, support the type of large-scale biomedical informatics project you work on?
I think everything is there. I mean, again, I've only briefly heard about the thing. I know from what I have read about the university that you're making really cutting edge, investments in cutting edge. What do you call architectures and so on. So I understand that you have a high performance computing center. My collaborations have just begun, but it looks like you're poised to do research in interface area, for example, between large scale biotechnology data and then analyzing it with computer science methods, right? So yeah.
Yes, ma'am. We loved talking with you, ma'am. These are the questions and we really enjoyed, and your answers also. That would be very helpful for the people who are coming and for us to know more about all these interfaces.